Hello. In this problem, we're asked to calculate electric flux. This is the situation. So, right here, there is an infinitely long wire which is positioned parallel to y-axis. The x-coordinate of the wire is 0 at all points, and the wire is at a distance root 3 by 2 a. Okay, so this is infinite long, you can say, wire. It has uniform charge. The charge per unit length is lambda, and there is a rectangle that is shown here. Okay, so do you see a rectangle ABCD here? Okay, so the dimensions of the rectangle are A and L. We're asked to find the electric flux through this rectangle. Okay, now, uh, okay, so this can be a little difficult by, let's say, taking the electric field and then getting a dot product of the electric field and the area and then integrating it. So instead of that, what we can do is we can change the way we look at the situation here. Okay, so it's very important to change that perception here. So what I would advise you is, okay, so try to look in the direction of the y-axis, okay, either positive or negative. So let's say we are looking in the direction of positive y-axis, suppose. So you're looking in this direction. So if you look in this direction, what do you notice? Okay, so you notice a line charge, okay, which is in, let's say, along the positive y-axis. So if I show that line charge, let's say with a point here, okay, so that is the line charge which is going into the board. So here positive y-axis is into the board. Okay, so that's the line charge. Okay, so that right here is the line charge. Now we know the electric field, because of the line charge, is radially outwards in all directions. Okay, so in all directions, so it is radially outwards. And we want the flux of this electric field through a rectangular region. Okay. Now, uh, so if I am looking along the positive y-axis, so how will I be looking at this rectangle? Okay, I think this rectangle will just look like a line. Okay, so I'll be looking at only this section DA. So DA kind of gets projected along y-axis. So at some distance below the wire, okay, so at some distance below the wire, I am looking at, let's say, this line. Okay, I'm looking at this line. Now, so how do I calculate the flux through this? So what we can do here is, okay, so the diagram may be slightly confusing. Okay, so the diagram may be slightly confusing, but let's read the last sentence. So what does it say? We want the flux through this rectangular surface ABCD lying in the XY plane with its center at the origin. So this is actually lying on the XY plane. Okay, so the wire is at a distance root 3 by 2a from the rectangular plane. So in that case, let's say whatever a we are looking at. Okay, so this is, let me draw it again. Okay, so important thing to note is the center of the rectangle is actually at the origin. Okay, center of the rectangle, and the charged line, okay, so the uniform line charge is placed in the YZ plane. Okay, so now with this orientation, since we are looking into the board, this right side becomes our x-axis. Okay, so y-axis is into the board, and then this is our z-axis, right? Okay, so now how should I look at this wire? So I am below the wire, okay, at the origin, I will find the center of the rectangle. But if I'm looking into the positive y direction, I'll be able to look at only dA. So my dA looks something like this. Okay, so this is dA. So this is what I'm looking at. And then from the wire, the edge of the rectangle is at a distance root 3 by 2a. Okay, and into the board, the length of the edges CD and then AB, they are all A. Now, the moment you have this, so what we can do is, uh, suppose if I join the edges of this edge, okay, so edges of the edge, no, the corners of the edge, so D and A with the wire in this plane, okay, with this wire in this plane. This is exactly at the midpoint, okay, so this point, so this will be A by 2. Okay, now looking at the height root 3 by 2a, you should realize that if you have an equilateral triangle of side A, height is root 3 by 2a. So maybe, okay, so if you think in that direction, maybe it should give you an idea that you can take, let's say, 5 more rectangles, okay, so let's say take 5 more rectangles and then arrange them in a way that as you look into the positive y-axis, you are getting a hexagon. Okay, so this is a regular hexagon that you can form. That's a regular hexagon. Now, take 2 more plates shaped as regular hexagon, then place one plate, let's say, in the front and one plate at the back. Then you have a closed surface. You understand? So now if you transform your view like this, you have a closed surface. Now through this closed surface, we can easily find the flux. And if I consider the rectangle in the question, it is one of the 6 rectangles that we have used here to form this closed, let's say, Gaussian surface. We can call it a Gaussian surface, right? So through the closed surface, the flux is surface. The flux will be whatever charge is enclosed divided by epsilon naught. Okay, so charge enclosed by epsilon naught. Now what is the charge enclosed? Now into the board, we are only interested in a length of a wire, L length of a wire. Okay, so it's an infinite wire, but within the Gaussian surface, only L length of the wire is present. So we can say the charge enclosed is lambda into L by epsilon naught. Okay, but all these 6 rectangles that we have used to form this closed surface are identical. So through any of the rectangles, the flux should be same. Okay, so the flux through this rectangle, so through the rectangle ABCD, so through rectangle ABCD, the flux must be 1/6 of this. So the answer should be lambda L by 6 epsilon naught. Okay, so if you can change the perception like this, I think you will immediately see the answer in front of you. But yeah, coming up with such a Gaussian surface is really important. Okay.